and welcome to Beyond the Blueprint with Dubai Property, the place where we talk everything real estate in the UAE. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by the Managing Director of Reportage Properties, Mr. Andrea Nucera. Andrea, thank you very much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah?
Thank you to invite me here. It's a pleasure.
Our pleasure.
And,
how's business?
I'm sure that you know better than me how is business these days. The market is, of course, on the top in terms of volume, in terms of price. Of course, all of us, we hope that stay at this level. Many factors will have an effect on this. So let's see. But for sure, we expect for 2025 still a good period. And of course, we are looking just for inventory because
that's the hardest bit in the around here at the moment, isn't it?
You know, it's the moment where what 1 year before or 2 years before was evaluated 100 is now 200, 250,
Sure.
and so complicated to enter in the right price, to have the right products, and so we are doing our best.
Good. We'll get on to especially what we want to talk about today is primarily obviously you as a business, yourself a little bit as well, some of the projects you've been working on. I'll touch on firstly, did I see recently Forbes magazine was involving you in, was it most impactful real estate leaders? Firstly, congratulations on that. How did that come about?
Thank you very much. No, really, I don't know how it came out. It was not requested.
You obviously did something right though.
No, really, I don't know. It happened, and we are, of course, happy. Is something because, you know, our company is quite in the full area is quite new. We just established in 2014, and we start from scratch. So it's just, I think, a very important milestone for us, not for me only, but for the company. And you know, but I think it's just the results of 10 years of hard work and commitment and deliver what we exactly promised to deliver. So this is the story.
How long have you been in the region yourself? And how did you end up?
Almost, you know, more than 20 years now that we are in the region.
Yeah.
From construction business to real estate business, and so we saw exactly many moments, happy moments and sad moments, and I think we design our business model exactly as per this criteria because you know we are maybe the most aggressive commercially company in the market. People, you know, they don't know most of the time which is our business model.
So let's get a little bit into that then. Especially for the viewers at home, people watching who might not be aware of Reportage Properties or yourself, give us a little bit more background in as a company who you are. So obviously, established in 2014. So you've been around primarily Dubai or all across the UAE?
Abu Dhabi, mainly Abu Dhabi.
Okay. So
Abu Dhabi and
around
Dubai,
10 years now.
Yeah.
So what's some of the projects you've been doing? What's the backbone of your business?
You know, first, you know, it's important to, in my opinion, to understand exactly what we are doing as a company and which is our methodology of business. We can, let's say, control the full cycle of the production.
Yeah, I suppose experience helps them with the construction as well, right?
Yeah. Mainly we have as a group, we own our own engineering department. That is, let's say 50% here in Dubai and 50% in Pakistan. We do everything from the concept design up to the, let's say, as-built drawing, so the full cycle. And this is very important because, you know, when you are the same that you are doing the design, you are able to squeeze the maximum what you are buying. You know, we are not, most of the time, let's say, we are not master developer, we are sub-developer. So we buy the GFA and the GFA as a cost. So for some type of company, the GFA, I mean, some lucky company, they have lands, so they have a big portfolio of lands. So the GFA is important, but not so important. For us, it's very important. So doing the design is allowing us also to always to maximize the design, to squeeze the space, to try to give a product that is successful, but also affordable. Then we control the full cycle of the construction. We have almost 3 contracting entities that belong to us. We own between 50 to 70% of the capital. The 3 companies together, they have almost 10,000 employees, so quite big. They are unlimited.
It's full ecosystem stuff.
Yes,
right?
full ecosystem.
That's where you set yourself a little bit different to the rest of the
market. Yeah. No, for example, with our entity, that they are working only for us. We are not working for any other, let's say, private entity. We do some work for the government, for let's say, semi-government body. We don't want to enter in the risk of the credit, so this is why we are just selecting our let's say, customer. We do the construction full, let's say, in-house, but in a way that we control only the financial part of the business. The execution is in the end of the partner that is inside the company that's taking care. This is helping to control the cost of construction. For example, to give you an example, in Dubai, today, if you go to ask a price for a villa, even if it's a big complex, they offer you 330, 340, 320, 360 dirham per square feet. We are able to build a 270, 265, even with a profit for the company. So this is another element of saving. Then, of course, in the let's say real estate development, we are quite good. We have a big sales teams. We are present on the market. We have more than 400 people working for us specifically as a sales.
So having all that control, I guess, from essentially scratch, from ground zero, controlling the construction, controlling the sales.
You know, was a process, of course, that is coming gradually as per because also another element that is very important that I think is giving you a nice element. As a group, we are not using any bank leverage. Our projects are completely debt-free. We don't have any bank that is inside. So you can imagine this year.
It's trustworthy as well, right? There's some trust that can be supported there too.
Absolutely. You know, reach a level like 2024 of $1.5 billion turnover. Only for the real estate development. If we add the contracting, most probably we reach 2 billion, and no debt from the system, and no leverage. First must transfer to the customer, an important factor that we have a big, let's say, flexibility, and we can absorb any kind of crisis. And second, show that this is a gradual process, because in reality, to build a structure from scratch to 14,000 people. We are also present now in 15 countries in the world, so not only here. Is a little bit complicated.
So say you guys, although you've been going 10 years, know what you're doing now, especially in the Middle East.
We believe also that where we reach and what we are now is a little bit consequence of the situation of the market that, of course, is very positive. But, we been able to perform in period that was very difficult. For example, in COVID period, for us was a fantastic period, let's say,
because you've got
commercially.
That backing, because you control the whole ecosystem.
We control everything, and also we are able to, let's say, we have our business model that sometimes is, for some people, looks a little bit strange, but I'm coming a little bit, make a step back. What we save, for example, in the design, what we save in the contracting, we are not adding to our profit. Our profits stay the same. We take this part of the profit and we add as an additional discount to people that they want to enter as a co-financer of the project. So our profit is always around 15 to 20% of the full turnover. So I say higher than the normal standard of the market, but let's say we can also offer to people the capability to enter in the project in the preliminary stage, reduce our equity, that means ROI is coming a little bit high, and give an opportunity to people to help us in this phase.
So I guess the real question there is, so because you can control all that ecosystem, obviously you can then control your costs, you have a trustworthy business that can ride difficulties in the market, and we all know that they're always going to happen, right? Real estate follows a cycle. It's always going to. Follows a cycle in the Middle East, it follows a cycle in the rest of the world. I suppose you're very robust to at least things when they're down as well as they're up, which is great. How does that then come to the end user? What's the benefit of all of that, of how you put your business together? If for someone watching here maybe today that is interested in buying off-plan property and looking at something you've been working on, what would be the benefit to them?
We have two kind of, let's say, two kind of customers that are coming. And I have to say that today in this market we see, unfortunately, coming back a third kind of customer, then I will explain which one. Normally is the end user that, of course, is the one that have to buy the house. You are one of them. So we discussed before.
Trying. It's difficult at the moment with this market.
Of course. There are many evaluations that are different from the investment, pure investment. Buying a house for himself is a little bit also romantic, so 100%. Normally you cannot classify.
It's that emotion side, right? And absolutely. That's a very clear distinction, especially where the market is between your investors and your people that want to use it.
Absolutely. Then we have the investor, the classic investor is buying for renting or is buying as just a placement of the money. This second, let's say, customer, luckily, in our products, we have a very nice system of payment plan and methodology. Okay. First, our price are always based on the ticket price philosophy. So normally the studio is not exceeding 500 or 480,000. So it's giving you a capability to have a return and to don't be very much exposed. Plus, we have two kind of different payment plan. One is the 40% discount that on the market sometime, is taking, the perception is wrong, but the 40% is only of very, let's say, limited quantity of the units, maybe 10% of the project. Then we have the normal payment plan.
Just before we go into that, so just explain that 40% way of working a little bit more. So for someone that may be watching you who doesn't understand that there are there are many different payment plans that are available. So how does that 40% one work exactly?
It's working in this way. When we start the project, we prepare a small P&L, and the P&L is coming with a certain profitability. Sure. More we are able to save in terms of cost, more we can increase our profitability. Yeah. So more the profit is big, more we can take out from the profit and stabilize our profit at the 20% classic and use this value to extra discount units for our, let's say, customer. Sure. In our P&L, the cost of the sales is almost 16%, normal cost of the sales, because it's composed by the discount that is 10% average, then I will explain why, and 6% is the commission that we pay to the market on the gross value. The story is that these, when we do investor, we go to 40% discount. So we have an extra 24% on our budget that we have to consider. This 24% is coming from the saving that we are doing. Sure. So based on the saving that we are able to do, more units investor we have. But normally they are not exceeding 10 to 15% of the total. Sure. So you are a buyer, you come to us, there is a unit's value 1 million, for example, market value. You come to us, you can buy the units at, for example, 600,000, and we are, let's say, using your money during the process of the development. This is funded. This is squeezing, is making the cash flow much more solid. Yep. And is just a reply or your previous question. In the moment of the crisis, we start project in Dubai here. We have one project called Reportage Village, sold out 1,800 villas. Of course, we can squeeze the market a little bit more. Maybe we can add 100,000 more or 150 or more on each unit. So on 1,700 units is 177 million. That is not a small amount. Sure. But we prefer to sell everything, sold out very fast, secure the cash flow liquidity, forget the project, anything happen.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Ready to go. The second system of the sale, so I complete the offer, is the story of the traditional. You come to buy a units, 50% of your down payment is your discount. So you give me up to maximum 30, you give me 30%. So again, the example of before, I have the unit, this is 1 million, 15% discount is 850. 850 we calculate, for example, the 30%, and then normally 1% every month, and then at the end over. By the way, we are the one introducing the 1% in UAE in 2014. Okay. Just to know the story.
You had it here first once.
I'm not very important, but just to say that we start this process in 2014.
That's how a lot of payment plans follow now, right? I guess it's. Yeah. I think what you're really getting to there is that version of bulk investors, I guess, which still can play a part with your 40% discounts, come in and want to buy probably many units. Yeah. And there is that way of doing it, but also an investor / potential end user, at the same time they need to put their deposit down, so it's guaranteeing their position there, but they still have time to pay off that amount over a period of time. Of course. Which for an end user or even an investor who wants to rent that unit is probably a much better way of doing it. So you can still attract both types.
For this kind of customer, we have a different payment plan. For example, we do also 20/80. Yeah. So 20/80 at the end over, so they can do a loan, or 30/70. So different payment plan. Just I give you the third type of customer, the one that I said before.
Yeah, please do.
Having experience in the market from the last 20 years, we know that especially in 2004, 2005, before, there was a lot of trader on the market. Yeah. People that they enter in the market, they buy and they believe to flip. Sure. Of course, this effect of the flipping was quite easy in these last 2-3 years. The price now reach, I think, an important level. I'm not saying that is the top level, maybe no. But we feel, because we have a lot of transaction, we talk about almost 600, 700 units a month that we are selling, that the level of the investor that are investing with the idea of flipping the units are growing fast.
100%.
So I think this could be a risk of the market in general, because if there is a small correction, of course,
then it hits that first, right?
Yeah, already happened before.
Oh, of course, and I think it's interesting to bring that up, because I think across the whole market, especially if you look at Dubai at the moment, it doesn't matter whether we're talking about villa communities, apartments, the trend now is exactly that. Purchase a villa, purchase an apartment, renovate it, flip it. That is an enormous side of the business, I think, of the industry that is very paramount and obviously visible in United States, Europe, the UK, etc. That's how a lot of business property gets done there. I think it's a relatively newer thing here, but I know certainly a lot of people I know are following that process. I think, how do you see that moving in the next year, 18 months, or a couple of years, if the market continues how it is?
You know, the philosophy of the renovation of units or simple flipping of unit is very, very feasible, of course, in the, I say, more consolidated market.
Yeah.
First, because exactly are consolidated, so there is no so new production on the market that you can think about other kind of investment. And second, because the price are plus or minus. I think that to have this kind of market on the upper scale, the quantity of the production must be reduced. I mean, less new production on the ground. For sure, this could be a potential big market that is coming. Still now, what I see is that, of course, the production is big, the quantity of the injection is big, so I think it will take time. But for the one that they want to flip, my suggestion is to be a little bit careful about the situation and cover the cash flow as an idea. For example, if the market correct, I pay 30-40%. In any case, I can get 60% a loan and I can cover my installments. So
always being in positive equity, essentially. Right?
Absolutely.
Onto that point, obviously, you mentioned there are a lot of units coming online and still being built. What have you guys got in pipeline at the moment? What have you guys coming online in the next year, 2 years?
Actually, we have almost an inventory that is something in UAE, something around 10 billion dirhams. In Abu Dhabi and in Dubai. In Dubai, we have one project that is called Taormina Village, that is in the area of, let's say, Barari, where is Barari development. It's a nice project. Always, is something where the prices are, I think, quite good, because we have the 3-bedroom, around 3 villas, townhouse, all townhouse villas, 3.5 million, and the 4-bedroom, 4 million. So quite range of price.
Competitively priced, but that's
logical,
where it is at the moment.
Logical price. Then we have under construction several projects in Dubai, but as per the philosophy that we applied, that I explained before, sold out, because we are very fast in this. We have a new project in Dubai coming, I believe, in the beginning of the year. Let's say it will be quite big project. We talk about 3,000 units, good location, and we will announce very soon.
Can we have any more hints there? Whereabouts are we looking?
This is involving other entities, so I cannot say anything more, because we didn't sign, but we are about to do it. Then in Abu Dhabi, we have several projects coming. One project, let's say, a little bit on the normally our segment of the market is the middle eye. In this case, we are a little bit on the upper side of the middle eye. It will be a branded residence.
Well, you bring up Abu Dhabi there. I think Abu Dhabi's been in the shadow of Dubai in terms of real estate, especially for the last couple of years. Obviously, Dubai real estate has gone mad. It is the way that it's moved forward, especially since COVID, and I think for a lot of good reasons, it's increased significantly. We all know that. Abu Dhabi has been a bit more quiet on the side, but still treading at a good increase and a good market development. Where do you see that comparison really going between Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and especially Abu Dhabi market, again in the next couple of years? Where do you see that moving?
The difference, of the two markets, you can summarize in the one data. For example, in Dubai, the customer is 75% international, 25% local. And in Abu Dhabi, it's the opposite. I mean, 75 locals and 25% international. This is the first big difference. The market is more, I'm not saying regulated, because Dubai market is super regulated. RERA is doing an amazing job. I'm talking about let's say, most of the players are government body or semi-government body, and they have, in the end, I believe 90% of the market. Yeah. Let's say 80% of the market, because then there is Reportage that is doing the job. But this is the second element, the stability of the price that is coming from this kind of control. I know that there is an intention to open a little bit the market a little bit more internationally. This is the direction, and I hope that it will happen, because for us, normally when there is a competition, the quality and the quality is coming very important, and especially in case, the market, maybe not in 2025, but 26 will have a correction, more variety is for sure supporting.
Yeah, I think that stability of Abu Dhabi will be interesting to watch. I guess what we'll lastly touch on here as well, from a Reportage Properties point of view, obviously, you've mentioned some of the new stuff you've been working on, which sounds exciting, both across Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Do you do this just yourselves? Do you have partners in the market? Are there other people you work with? How does, again, that side of the business come to play?
We have mainly, first of all, we have to explain that we built a model of business, real estate business development a little bit different. Yeah. Now we are working on that, of course, is a quite interesting idea, to work like a sort of franchising system for internationally, where we can provide this model to anyone who is owning a land and where he is owning the land, and we can partner with them, and we can do the development, we can do this service. This is one of the idea. In this kind of process, directly and indirectly, meaning investing directly or just is not exactly a project management activity, it's more just a development activity, proper development activity, and with the idea to diversify a little bit the presence, because being here from a long time, that the market can have up and down. Sure. So we decided to expand the activity outside of UAE, not only here. And in this idea of expansion, we open already many countries in which we are working. Let's say,
I've seen you growing. I had a quick look, obviously, on your website, especially. That names quite a few projects in multiple countries now.
Absolutely, we have a very strong presence in Egypt. Yeah. With a couple of projects. One project is already on the market and under construction. The phase one will be handed over in first months of 2025. Yeah. It's called Monte Napoleone. See, a lot of Italian influence in this. And Monte Napoleone is, let's say, villas and apartment, almost 6,500 units. Wow, okay. In Mustabal city in Cairo, and it's going very well. Phase one, phase two sold out.
If you look at the world we live in now, it's not the same as it was 20 years ago, and it consistently changes. And these other, especially if you look at the Middle East, let's just talk about that one. The amount that's changed here in a short period of time is incredible. And I suppose, for an investor or people just wanting to move, I think that's where the opportunities come. Last question really then, touching on that last point, what would your advice be to someone that is living in Italy or Europe or somewhere at the moment? They're looking to move abroad, but they want to do it properly, move the family over, purchase somewhere. What would your advice to someone like that be?
Of course, not only my feeling, I think now the international feeling is that UAE in general is a very good place to live. You have a work opportunity. The quality of the life is, of course, the opportunity to work are everywhere, not only here, can be in any of the emerging markets we discussed before, but the quality of the life is different. The level of the education, the level of the healthcare, and the whatever you can find in UAE is, I believe, now top in the world. So for sure, my suggestion is to come here. Anyone can add value. For sure, is very welcome in the country.
And maybe look at some of your properties purchased.
Why not? With pleasure.
Andrea, pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing some of these plans come together. Some of this stuff hand over into the new year. I'll hopefully we can keep in touch and I can come and have a look.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys at home, thank you very much for joining us for another episode. If there's anyone in particular you'd like me to sit down and have a chat with, drop it in the comments and we will see what we can do. Until next time, thank you very much.